stand by. The E-Auto Sports Racing Series is on the air. Live from Daytona International Speedway, it's the Xfinity Cars. Joey Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight, joined with me by the young gunner himself, Mr. Tyler Vickery. Tyler, how the heck are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing better. Yesterday was fun. Just not that far away. I was out at a women's tournament rooting on one of my friends, so glad to be here in Daytona and get ready to watch this awesome race about to happen.
Absolutely. Before we get going too much further here, we do need to go through a few things. And of course, Bofa Broadcasting is a proud supporter of pulmonary hypertension awareness. Pulmonary hypertension is one of the most difficult to diagnose terminal illnesses on the planet due to the fact that it masks itself as so many other terminal illnesses. For more information on how you can get aware, we ask that you go to phaware.global. Tonight's overlay, of course, being brought to you by PZ Overlays. Paul Zoda providing some of the most beautiful overlays in all of iRacing. For more information on how you can get your own, you can find Paul Zoda on his Facebook page, PZ Overlays. And both the broadcast would not be complete without thanking XS Sim Gear. For all your sim racing peripherals at a reasonable price, XS Sim Gear is where you want to find them. You can find them on their Facebook page or on their website, XS Sim Gear. Well, Tyler, it's been a long time coming. I am finally back in the captain's chair. Back at the ranch. Good to be home, I have to say. For those of you wondering what's been going on, I had knee surgery about 3 weeks ago, which is why some of the broadcasts have been a little sporadic as of late. But we are finally back, at least semi-normal. About as normal as you can get. Not a lot of cars in the field tonight.
No, I mean, so far only 6, and it looks like Spencer's having some internet issues, so it looks like right now we might only have 5.
You're not wrong. So, Butch Frazier going quick time so far in qualifying. Dustin Ping sitting outside row number 1. Jonathan Medeiros, Francois Pelletier, Ray Black Jr., and Spencer Boyd all needing to still take time. Do need to very quickly here. We are going to ask that everybody please rise, and gentlemen, please remove your hats as U.S. Army retired Mr. Terry Adams brings us tonight's national anthem. So that is going to do it for us tonight there. Do need to take a quick moment to send out thoughts and prayers to the family of Jason Johnson, World of Outlaw sprint car driver, father, son, husband. The racing community, unfortunately, lost a great one this past weekend. Jason was tragically taken from us as he succumbed to injuries in a crash that he suffered Saturday night. And, of course, thoughts and prayers do go out to the entire Johnson family. Jason will sorely be missed. So, short grid tonight as something's going on, and I'm not catching it, must be. Not sure exactly what's going on right now. Butch Frazier setting quick time. Dustin Ping supposed to be starting outside row number 1. Unfortunately, it looks like everybody's going to be pit starting. Not 100% sure exactly what's going on tonight.
Let's see if I can find out.
I'm seeing nobody in the session.
No, I'm only seeing just that one.
Okay. Well then.
I have a feeling someone might have messed up, but I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on.
Your guess is as good as mine right now. Is Butch Frazier the only one on track right now?
I have not seen it.
Green, green, green.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not 100% sure what exactly is going on right now. Waiting for the league admins to give us a word as to what's taking place. Tyler, if I could have you jump up into the team channel and find out for me, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now.
User left your channel.
So, as Tyler does that, Butch got some pretty good speed going in the Xfinity car, the 555 Hooters ride. Sharp-looking paint scheme on that car tonight. Not 100% certain what is going on. He is the only car on track, and from what the looks of it is, the only car in the session. So, yeah. Waiting to hear back as to what exactly is going on. Anyways. Do want to remind everybody that this coming Wednesday night we will be at Michigan with the Top Fuel Racing Series. Looks like we might be calling it a race, folks. But we will be at Michigan this coming Wednesday with the Top Fuel Racing Series. The Malcolm Young Memorial for the DW12s. That broadcast scheduled to kick off, don't quote me on this, but I believe 8:50 p.m. ish. I've got my days mixed up, and it's been so long since I've actually been able to run a broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. I'm not sure if it's 8:20 or 8:50 that we'll be going live for that one. Tyler, what'd you find out for us?
Apparently, there was a few drivers that when they originally were getting all this promo out, apparently some of the people were not into the league in time. So now they're going to be restarting the session, and it's going to be in a hosted session, and it is going to be for money. I got to ask them again how much they were doing the payouts for, but it will be an open hosted session now.
Okay, well then, that's kind of cool that we're going to be racing for money tonight, folks. Dash at Daytona.
Yeah, and Francois Pelletier, he wanted to apologize again as well for the delay. He got some text messages from a few of the drivers that were actually running late due to traffic. So this was something that they weren't expecting. This was unexpected for them.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of to be expected. Frenchie just received the reins of the league, I believe, tonight. So setting up his first session, I heard him during the before we went live. He wasn't 100% sure. It's cool that Frenchie's kind of learning on the fly and taking the reins. So we're going to be looking forward to working with him for the rest of the season. And again, Dash at Daytona. We're just waiting for that session to go up momentarily here. And with any luck, we'll have more than 3 drivers. As soon as that one kicks out, we will be switching over to that one. So bear with us here. Slight technical difficulties, not a big deal. But Tyler, you had a heck of a race going last night, and you were on track with a pretty big name.
Yeah, last night with the Top Fuel Racing League I was in, we did a charity race for ALS. One of the real life IndyCar drivers, Sage Karam, was there racing. Had some fun until I got squeezed in a wall, but it happens. But
it was a racing deal, you got to run
happens.
on. You were on track, and you were running there pretty good with him for a while. We were able to.
I was surprised at how well I was able. I was worried when he flew. Let's just say if some of you guys watched the broadcasts after this one, I don't know if you guys got a camera shot from when Sage went 4 wide on me, because at that point I was originally looking at going to the high line, and all of a sudden I hear my spotter saying, car on that high line. I'm like, wait. Next thing you know, I'm looking at my relative and I see Sage just... I should have seen it coming, but holy moly, he scared me half to death.
Luckily, you guys were at Michigan last night, which is one of those tracks where you can get away with going 3 and 4 wide. It's not something you're going to want to do on a regular basis, but you can get away with doing it.
Oh yeah, I was in panic mode because I kind of wished at that moment I wished I had 3 screens, because racing with only 1 screen, that makes it very difficult to look left and right to figure out what in the world is around you.
You're not wrong.
But
no, that was it was one of the questions that was asked in the YouTube chat was is that the real Sage Karam? And while we were looking at it, I did a quick IP address search through the TeamSpeak, and it came back as Nazareth, Pennsylvania. So that kind of confirmed it to me that I doubt there were 2 Sage Karams in Nazareth. And then we, of course, talked to him under the first caution and found out that, yes, it definitely was the real Sage Karam, Indy 500 starter and IMSA sports car driver.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of awesome. I kind of hope I have a chance to race with him again, and especially on the road side. I
Well,
want to see if I could even keep up with him, to say the
you were
least.
probably so upset that you didn't hear the post-race interview.
Uh-oh.
He's going full-time with the league.
Wait, do what?
He has joined Top Fuel Racing as a full-time driver.
Alrighty then.
So you'll be seeing him on Wednesday, sir. Uh,
Oh,
still waiting for that session
oh
to
god.
go up for the next deal here.
All right, I'll check in with Frenchie real quick, see if I can find out any update yet.
Well,
So
I'm looking in open hosted like you said it was supposed to be. Well, right now I'm going to see if I can see it in leagues and see if maybe it got moved to there.
yeah, I will double check because I believe I'm gonna. That's why I'm gonna swing up and talk to him real quickly again and see if I can find out. Because I think he was gonna make it open for anyone and everyone. So I will double check on that. So I will be right back.
You do that.
User left your channel.
But while we're waiting for that to take place, would like to remind everybody you are watching a presentation of BOFA Broadcasting. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is, of course, the E-Auto Racing Series Xfinity cars. They do this every Monday night, starting roughly. The session goes up at 8 p.m. Eastern, and they will be, of course, joined by. From what I'm being told, there's going to be a few real life Xfinity drivers that are going to be joining us on at least a semi-regular basis. So something to look forward to there. And of course, don't forget to, after this broadcast is over, don't forget to hop on over to our other stream where you can find my brother from another mother, Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, at Chicagoland tonight with the Paskey Sports Cardiac Truck Series. So there's that going on. Any day now.
User joined your channel.
Alrighty.
Alrighty then.
And from what any moment now, it should be popping up.
In open hosted or in leagues?
Open hosted.
Okay.
So, and yeah, that'll be in. It's going to be a 43 car allowed to be able to jump in.
All right. So if you're watching the broadcast and you want to get on track with, some of the real life Xfinity drivers, of course, Ray Black Jr. is going to be joining us tonight. I've heard a few other names that I don't want to spoil a surprise for those of you who are looking to join. But there is going to be time to get in, so all you need is the iRacing sim on your computer, the Xfinity car, and Daytona, new Daytona, not Daytona 07. But you can test your skill against real-life Xfinity drivers tonight.
Yep. And the room will be in the open hosted session, and it will be called E-Auto Racing Series, $25 to the winner.
And that actually just got put up. Ray Black Jr. is the host of that one, so if you're looking for that, you can find that there. All Xfinity cars, which I need to do that. I need to do that, and never a dull moment here at BOFA Broadcasting.
Yep.
So,
I can definitely say with it being open hosted, we'll should definitely have more than a 6-car field.
I dare say you're right because Xfinity cars at Daytona, it's always a fun time.
Oh yeah, 50 laps. I can guarantee there might be some caution fest, but we'll see what kind of drivers show up. It'll be fun to see how this race goes.
And that's always a crapshoot when you get into open hosted races like we're going into now. Again, normally this group runs as a league. That being said, 99% of the time you're going to see drivers that have raced around each other for a while. Yeah, you're going to always get a new guy here, a new person there, and it'll take a couple races for everybody to get used to that driver and how they drive, and that driver getting used to how everybody else drives, of course. But generally you don't see caution fests in league races. Open hosted, it's going to be a crapshoot tonight, so we're going to see how this one plays out. It's good to see that they decided to restart the session and try to get more drivers in, so that's always a positive in my book. But fair enough. And Tyler, I cannot stress enough how good it is to be home and on my own rig that I'm normally on. And
I agree with you there. It's been crazy. I was worried. Some of us were worried about you, especially with everything that you were having and the knee surgery. So we're glad to see you back home. Better home than having to sit in a hospital bed. That's for certain.
I was only in the hospital for about a week, and then they released me. But the problem is I live on the second floor of a 2-story walk-up. So I have spent the last couple of weeks at my mom's apartment in her guest room because her building has an elevator. So believe me, that took some getting used to. The fact that I have lived on my own for quite a while, and being not just having a roommate, but having that roommate be your mother, it takes some getting used to, because in her eyes I'm still her little boy, even though I'm 41 years old.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I get it. She was there to try to help me, and I appreciate that, but still, I know I was getting on her last nerve, and there was a couple times where I was like, Mom, can you kind of calm it down a little bit?
Right. As we're we've gotten a few cars jumping out for practice. 30-minute practice to give everyone a chance to be able to come in. It'll be 5 minutes of qualifying, which is going to be you're only given 2 laps for qualifying. 60. I see he and Chris said it's now 60 lap qualifying.
You mean 60 laps for the race?
Yeah, 60 laps for the race. Sorry, I don't know why I said qualifying.
But already a couple new names here tonight. Brandon Hoff, we've not seen yet tonight. Ray Black Jr. out on track right now with his teammate Butch Frazier. And for those of you who do follow the Xfinity series, yes, that is the real Ray Black Jr.
Looks like he's already practicing with Butch Frazier. Right up on the bumper.
2-car tango, baby.
Yep. But that's still the old Xfinity cars, correct? Or are they in the new ones?
They're in the Xfinity car, the B car that iRacing has.
Oh, okay.
So those are the Camaros.
Oh, okay.
The only update that iRacing has made as of late, and I'm not sure if it's actually out yet, is the Chevrolet version of the Monster Energy Cup car is going to be changing to a Camaro. I'm not sure if that's been released yet or not. I have yet to see. Another new name joining us right now. Kurt Granger just joining the session.
Got a few. Oh, I see you still have the logo up.
Yes, I do. Wouldn't be a broadcast unless I did something stupid like that. So.
Hey, at least Sam does it too as well. So.
Yeah. First broadcast back in 2 weeks. I had to do something stupid.
Takes a little while to get back into the rhythm.
Hey, you're one to complain. At least my computer will actually run the broadcast.
Yeah.
Got
me back there, but I'm planning on getting a new video card soon to where I can be able to run.
Well, what a coincidence! Because I need to get a new video card too. Because I think mine pooped the bed while I was in the hospital.
Well, I know. Well, I mean,
because the fans on that thing should be cranking right now, and I don't hear them. So if the broadcast automatically just goes black, ladies and gentlemen, it's because I've lost all video.
Oh dear.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to my hell.
Yep. Yeah. The hilarious thing for me though is that my video card, even though I have my third monitor, look out. Which made some oh boy. There goes Ray.
They were trying to wreck, and they finally accomplished it. As Ray Black Jr. coming out and losing none of that whole exchange.
Yeah, I think they were being funny, seeing who they could turn each other first. But
hey, that's what teammates are for. You're supposed to have fun like that. Joining us now, League Admin Francois Pelletier. Frenchie, how the hell are you?
First of all, I do not want to be told I'm a league admin because that is a horrible position to have at any time of any day for anything in racing.
Life sucks. Suck it up, Buttercup.
I know. I'm sucking it up. I'm getting a trial by fire here. The reason why I've interrupted your broadcast is to have you guys input the link down below because we've been having some people request a link to go ahead and watch this. So I wanted to pass it on to them if you don't mind.
I will send that to you right now, sir.
All right, I appreciate it, guys, and looking forward to this, I don't know, carnage maybe? Not sure what this will turn into, but...
No, I've seen you guys run Daytona before, and, it's the short tracks you guys seem to have a little bit of a struggle on, like anything 1.5 miles and under. But, the 2.5 mile plate tracks you guys seem to do pretty well at.
Yeah, we'll see what goes on, and, I don't know. It should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Couple new names joining us right now. Ethan Smith just joining the session. We're watching Brandon Huff crank some laps off in the mellow yellow number 6. So nice looking paint schemes tonight.
Yeah, man. Reminds me of I haven't had that soda in a while actually.
True story. It kind of winds me up that the only way you can get it around here is in a 2 liter, and I don't like buying 2 liters because they go flat before I can drink them all.
Yeah, that's the same thing here. I gotta see if I can find them in the cans here in Florida.
That's the one thing I've noticed. When you get south of the Mason-Dixon line, you can find mellow yellow a lot easier.
Yeah, I can. I think I have seen it before. I think it's up in the northern parts of Florida, though. I think the next time I go up north...
Which is kind of funny because the further south in Florida you go, outside of Dade County...
Oh, yeah.
Like from Georgia to Dade County, the further south you get, the further north the people are from. And then you get into Dade County, and I know this is going to sound... It's sounding wrong in my head, but I'm going to say it anyways. It's like Little Havana.
Yep.
And I like that. I love the Miami area. It just gorgeous scenery. The people are awesome.
Oh yes.
Some of the nicest people I've ever met have been from Dade County. So Dade, don't think I'm picking on you guys, but it's just you the more Canadian the accents get from the Georgia border down to just outside of Dade County, the further south you get, the more Canadian the accent gets. And then you jump into Dade County, and it's like you're back in the South. And it's like the Deep South combined with Cuba, which to me is awesome because some of the best food on the planet, hands down.
I can agree with you on that.
Hands down, best restaurants you will ever find are in Dade County. That's worldwide best restaurants you will ever find. Some of the absolute best food, period. And I will state that in a court of law. Absolute best food around.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping I can get back down to Miami soon. Granted, it's 3 hours away from where I live, which I know, unlike you and a lot of other people that don't live in Florida.
So you're in Michigan, is what you're saying?
Do what?
So you're basically in Michigan, Florida?
No. I'm like dead. I'm like dead center in Orlando.
Right. Which is basically like that part of Florida is like the greater Michigan Peninsula. Yeah. Michigan, Wisconsin, that general area, and then you get a little bit south of there.
Pretty much.
Down towards what would it be? Daytona, I believe, would be just south of there.
Yeah.
So there, you're talking, lower Ontario and lower Canada, and then you get down to like Jacksonville and that, and now you're talking, you're into the northern territories of Canada. And like I said, the further south you get, the more north you go.
Yep.
Which it's not a bad thing. Don't think I'm picking on anybody. It's just, notice that the people generally that are from the colder climates like to be in, the more warmer portions of the Florida Peninsula.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because there's a few stuff out in the northern parts of Florida that you can at least still experience. I mean, if the further south you go, the more flatter it is, but yet you get more of that ocean feel, more of the northern Florida, and bits and pieces of central Florida is where you get a little bit of mountain ranges just because of Florida being a peninsula and everything, and that's where I think a lot of people from Canada and further up north like to come down and stay over in the northern areas, because they can at least still be able to somewhat see some mountains and go into Georgia and be able to still be in close range of other states as well.
Fair enough. Whereas, I'm really one to complain because, where I am in New York State. Now, when I say I'm from New York, I don't mean I'm from the 5 boroughs. I'm from farm country. But, we might just as well be part of Canada from where we are. The Canadian border is less than 2 hours from my house.
Yeah. Wow, that's actually pretty close.
Yeah. It's like 95 minutes one way, and that's going straight north, and then if I go west towards Buffalo, it's like 3.5-ish hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But if you're able to make it for Super Dirt Week, Tyler, as we were talking about previously.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We're definitely going to have to take you and Sam into the greater Rochester, New York area and get you garbage plates.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. I'm hoping one of these days if I could pick on Ronnie and figure out a way, that's the one thing, it's like if I can be able to get myself enough money for like those mini carts, I want to say, the ones that I'm talking about, a buddy that I race with, Ronnie Osborne, he does a lot of the
you mean the mini late model?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I feel like I just would love to race a dirt race. That's the only thing. I just try to figure out.
Well, that's the beautiful part of where I'm from is if you draw extend a piece of string on a map 60 miles out from Syracuse and then drew a circle around Syracuse, you would hit I dare say between 20 and 30 tracks, and 90% of them are going to be dirt.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, when they call Central New York dirt country, they're not kidding.
Most definitely.
You know, growing up, there was a sanctioning body called Drivers Independent Racetracks. Because back in the 70s, it was either you were USAC sanctioned or you were NASCAR sanctioned. And a lot of the tracks were kind of disillusioned with both of those because neither one really had a common rule book for the modified. So a businessman from Cayuga County decided he was going to start a sanctioning body, and Dirt Motorsports was born.
All right.
And, you know, some of the... and when I say modifieds, I'm not talking about those things that iRacing has chosen to give us, that it's a GM front clip and the rest of it. It's a GM front clip with a late model rear end. No. These are purpose-built, you know, from the ground up. There's no stock off-the-shelf parts in them. Well, that was fun.
Oh my god.
Thank God this is a simulator. We had our first one tonight, folks. Is the 64 of Ethan Smith just caught more airtime than a skateboard at the X Games. But
Ray killed everybody.
Getting back to what we were talking about, the big block dirt modifieds that I'm referring to, as it was described to me one time, and I can kind of see where they're coming from. If you pull the body off of it, it looks like if a Silver Crown car and a late model had a child. That's basically what you would get with a big block dirt modified. You know, the driver sits in line with the motor. No front fenders, and the rear suspension is probably some of the highest tech that you're going to see on a dirt track.
That's awesome. That'll be fun. That actually sounds pretty fun.
And when I say big block, I'm not talking about, you know, you're talking 800 plus horsepower, 467 cubic inches.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Big blocks.
Ooh, that'd be a lot of power and fun.
Oh yeah, they can shake the ground when they're at full song.
Oh gosh. As I'm watching this little pack here that's driving around, and boy oh boy.
Drafting practice.
Oh yeah.
So
At least the drafting practice looks good. I mean, other than the accidental big one.
well, so far so good, anyways.
Yeah, come up with some. Ooh, okay, they saved it there. Now we got about 8 car. I want to say 9 cars actually practicing, getting a fairly decent amount of people showing up to this event now.
True story.
Talk about it. I wouldn't be surprised if we get about, the way it's looking right now, I want to say we've got about, we've already got at least 20.
You are absolutely correct. 20.
God.
And half the field was involved in that wreck. So of the 20, there's 10 of them that are going to the backup cars.
And the 64
Minga.
went to the catch pit. Woo, boy. Like, I gotta watch that replay again. Every single car, I think, was.
I don't wanna.
I think every single car in that was in that little pack got involved.
As Dan Bailey puts one into the fence. But, you know, this is one of those deals that you're going to run into when you're in open hosted. Is you've got to expect that you're going to get a few guys that 100%. As a matter of fact, I'm looking right now. Jake French in the 18 is a raw rookie. No official races run yet.
Yeah, but out of a lot of the field, though, from I'm looking at both class-wise and I-rating. I see 4 guys at 3,000 and above. One person, which is the number 6 of Brandon Hoff, he's got 5,174 I-rating, and he's a Class A 4.75 safety rating.
Right, and he's not even the highest safety rating in the field. That would, of course, go to Jonathan Medeiros, who we've seen before in the... excuse me. Tonight's Heartburn brought to you by Ham Steak. In the Esports Racing Series, we've seen Jonathan Medeiros run quite a few times, but he's running with a 4.79 safety rating.
Oh, wow.
That's the driver of the 89, of course. But, yeah, decent mix of cars tonight.
Yeah. Oh, I heard. Oh my God.
And Francois Pelletier just gets used as a pinball, and of course, catching more airtime than a skateboard at the X Games as he goes on one hell of a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
I was curious on who was flying. My goodness.
Welcome to practice, folks.
Yep.
Arca!
Don't remind Ronnie Osborne on that.
True story.
I mean, I still feel bad for the guy, especially his first race at Daytona in the ARCA series, and
hand grenades the engine.
Laps. And it wasn't even by his fault. It was more just the engine very, very old. And
I know.
I'm surprised it even lasted that long.
Hey, he had a hell of a run going for what it's worth when the engine finally did give up the ghost.
Oh yeah. Honestly, if the engine was able to last the whole race, especially now seeing how the race went, he probably would have had a definite top 20, maybe had a shot at top 15.
If that engine was, a fresh mill, or even a not as whipped mill as it was, with the draft at Daytona, he could have had a top 10 finish.
Oh yes, hands down.
But Ray Black Jr. currently sitting atop the leaderboard in hot laps. Lou Montgomery sitting second quick. Brendan Hoff third. Brendan Fraser fourth. And Kurt Granger rounding out your top 5 currently.
I just saw someone sliding. Don't know who it was. And that was Matthew Largan sliding around. Largan, I'm hoping I said that right.
Hold on, I'm looking. Who?
51.
Oh, yeah. Largan?
Whoa. Yeah, that was interesting wreck.
Not seeing as we're following this whole 6-car group that's going around right now.
Yes. Oh, the 51 apparently has some high ping, and apparently warped it into the 6, and the 6 spun him just with the high ping he had.
Fair enough. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you got to use a little driver's room, I would suggest doing so now. It's about 3 minutes left in the hot lap session. Of course, Torrance Chapasso opened the booth with you tonight, joined by the young gunner himself, Mr. Tyler Vickery. And Tyler, I don't mean to add salt to the wound, but if it wasn't for bad luck this past weekend, you probably wouldn't have had any luck at all.
Yeah, no. Compared to the Top Fuel charity race and then Catalyst Eastward at Sonoma, and yeah, it's just been, this whole week's been wild.
But on the plus side, you can say that you held your own for quite a few laps with an actual Indy 500 starter, with Sage Karam being in the field last night, and you did pretty well with him for a handful of laps. He got by you and then started to gap you a little bit.
Slowly but surely, I came back until like got involved in 2 wrecks. Which first wreck, I mean, happens, and then the second wreck just squeezed and Arrow sent me into the wall. But yeah, and then finding out Sage is now going to be a full-time driver. I got some work to do.
Everybody's going to have some work to do. If you haven't seen the finish of that race that we're talking about last night, of course, that is the ALS charity race, the Penny Dudley Memorial that was put on last night by Top Fuel Racing. When this race is over with, go ahead and back and take a look at that stream from last night. You'll find it in our Facebook page or in our YouTube page. One hell of a finish that you couldn't script a finish like that and get it pulled off the way that they did it last night. That was just there was 20 thousandths of a second at the line between first and second. There was 3 thousandths at the line between second and third.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, I mean, it just unbelievable finish.
Most definitely.
So, and of course, I do need to, while we do have some time, do need to remind everybody that Bofa Broadcasting proudly supports PH Aware. Pulmonary hypertension, one of the most difficult to diagnose terminal illnesses on the planet, being as the fact that it does mask itself as so many other terminal illnesses. The doctors, by the time they put all the pieces together, the only recourse left for the patient is a lung transplant. Now, for more information on how you can get aware, we do ask that you go to phaware.global. And of course, tonight's overlay, as every night, being brought to you by PZ Overlays. Paul Zota providing some of the most beautiful overlays in all of iRacing. For more information on how you can get one from Paul, you can find him on his Facebook page. That's Paul Zota. Z-O-T-A is the last name. You can find him on his Facebook page, PZ Overlays. And of course, we do need to thank XS Sim Gear for all your in-sim peripherals at a reasonable price that the average working man can actually afford. You can find them on their Facebook page or on their website, XS Sim Gear. Qualifying getting ready to get underway here as the first couple of cars hitting the track right now. Butch Frazier looks like he's going to be the first one to try to get it up to speed.
Yeah, and the one thing to take note here, folks, too, iRacing has implemented a different thing now with coming off the pits. You cannot, iRacing will not let you come off the pits and jump right on the track immediately. You have to now drive on the apron until you pass a blue line on the apron that has a blue cone next to it. Then you can be able to merge on track. That's their new procedure they're doing now. If you touch the yellow line or go above it, you will get black flagged for it.
A true story, as we have seen that come back to bite a couple drivers in some previous broadcasts since they implemented that. But Butch Frazier out on track right now, and he's running that high line to get the Hooters 555 wound up. Looks like he's going to be the first one to lay down a time, as quite a few cars out on track right now.
A lot of cars. Got a fairly decent field here, open hosted. This is going to be fun.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Oh, yeah. I think, looking at some of the iRating, I think we'll have a decent race. There might be 1 or 2 wrecks, but after those, it's going to be a fairly decent race.
Well, we'll see how this one plays out. It's and Frazier going to be the first one to lay down a time 50.9, Jake French going to the top of the board. The 50.4, Hooper going 50.4 as well. They're the only one sub 50.5 so far. Looks like everybody's going to take their 2 laps, because that first one you're definitely not up to speed.
Yeah, definitely not as.
Here's Jake French in the 18. Currently sitting atop the leaderboard, 50.43. So look for everybody to really improve on their times coming up here.
Bill Montgomery jumps up to third currently as Butch Frazier comes in, 49.9, and Jake French just gets beat out.
50 flat for French.
Oh,
Brendan Hoff going quick time with a 49.94.
Ray lost it going into the tri-oval, it looked like, coming to the start-finish. I think he lost out on some time there, and currently sitting 7th. Still got a lot more cars running, though, that are still working on their second lap. And Randy, oh, never mind. Got more.
Following Hayden Wheeler right now.
Dan Bailey just set a quick time, good enough for second, 49.948, 0.4 of a second off of Brandon Hoff.
No, that's 4 thousandths.
That's been my kind of week.
True story. As Ken McCauley Jr. Finishing his second lap right now, jumping up to 8th quick.
And as the times are flying by, we got a few other people jumping in the last second too, so we've got at least 30 cars in the field now.
Hayden Wheeler laying down his first lap.
Comes going down the back stretch now, getting ready to go in 3 and 4. He should have enough time to finish up his second lap, though. As time runs out in qualifying, oh, he will not actually.
All right, so let's take a look at where everybody is going to be starting in this one. Starting up on the pole, fellow New Yorker Brandon Hoff going to be starting up on point. Dan Bailey sitting outside, row number 1. Row 2 is going to go to Riley Roush and Gary Champion. Kurt Granger and Randy Handigan are going to make up row number 3. Row 4 is going to go to Butch Frazier and Ken McCulloch Jr. Row 5 is going to see Jake French and Francois Pelletier, Frenchie and French in the row number 5. Row 6 is going to see Ryan Worley and Matt Largen. Dustin Ping and Ray Black Jr. are going to make up row number 7. With row 8 going to Lou Montgomery and Justin Jarr. Go ahead, Tyler.
Row number 9 is going to be Cole Hooper, as well, and alongside Dave Oliveri. I want to say that's Oliveri. I hope I said that right.
We'll go with that.
And then row number 10 is going to be Justin Carey and Lane Blue. Row number 11 is going to be Hayden Wheeler and Derek Gulak. Row number, or actually, some of these numbers are a little off on my end.
Okay, so row 12 is going to go to Jonathan Medeiros and Ethan Smith. Row 13 is going to go to Bill Brooks and Don English. Row 14 is going to go to Trent Goodrow and Matt Frazier. Row 19, that was row 14. Row 15 is going to see Matt Oliveira and Tom Connolly. And starting shotgun on the field is going to be Mike Taylor.
And then looks like Butch Frazier, Ray Black Jr., and Dustin Ping. Oh, no. Sorry, my ATVO's going bonkers on me. Sorry about that.
All right, fair enough. So
32 cars. This ought to be fun.
that's one way to put it. Field's to roll off right now. It's 60 laps the scheduled distance here tonight. Not sure if they're doing segments or not. Nobody's told me either way, so your guess is as good as ours.
Yep.
Looks like Medeiros, Goodrow, Goluchik, Frazier, and Champion are going to be pit starting, as well as Oliveras and Connolly.
They might end up being the smart people if there's a big wreck at the start.
Time will tell, my friend. Time will tell.
Oh, definitely. They're all starting to get bunched up.
Field working its way through the 3-4 complex. Again, you are watching a presentation of the E-Auto Racing Series Xfinity Series. They'll do this every Monday night starting at 10 p.m. I'm sorry, starting at 8 p.m. the session will go up. We're running a little bit behind tonight as we wanted to let a few more people into the session. You can find them on their Facebook page, E-Auto Racing Series. As green flag comes out, Hoff pulls the trigger, and we are underway from Daytona.
Already good side by side as Hoff's now going to easily take the lead, and he's going to have about 2 or 3 cars behind him, giving him a nice little push going down in turn 1.
3 cars getting them wound up as it's Hoff, Roush, Ranger, and now Butch Frazier up into 4th. As the 99 of Dan Bailey did not want to be on that high side, was waiting for an opening and jumped down. As you got the 18 of Jake French straddling that line, he was hit and pushed by Randy Hannigan. Hannigan was having none of it as they almost banged doors going into turn 3. So far, everybody playing nice.
Yep. Smart field so far. Leading the first lap right now. We'll see how long it lasts.
Still early. Still early.
Yep. And Riley Roush is looking on trying to make a pass on the outside. He's got some helpers out there as well.
Well, Butch Frazier is one of the best pushers around, and you know, whenever you see that Hooters 555 in your rearview mirror, you know you're in safe hands, and you know you're going to get a good shove. So, you know, Roush definitely making the most of it right now. Frazier gets to turn 3, breaks off, doesn't want to push it through the corner, as that's when all hell breaks loose, and there we go.
That looked like someone went to check up and someone didn't pay attention, and Justin Carey just absolutely destroyed. As well as the 47 of Austin Jar.
Well, that was the 47 of Austin that came out on the losing end of that whole exchange.
Yeah, that was wild.
Justin Carey involved in that one. Let's take a look and see what the chopper picked up. And you see the 47 there, checks up to stay off of Ray Black Jr. and then just goes on a wicked Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, catching more airtime than the skateboard at the X Games. Thank God this is a simulator, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So, gonna need to burn a fast repair early on that one. That brings out the first caution. Working lap 3 right now, gets that car fixed. Oh goody, I'm having connection issues.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. Welcome to my personal hell.
That's never a fun thing. As a quick update, number 28 of Gary Champion, 20 of Matthew Frazier, 17 Drew Gallick and or Gulak, and 31 of Trent Goodrow, and the 84 of Jonathan Medeiros. Looks like they did not take the start, and Cole Hooper has already taken it pit side and taken it behind the wall.
Fair enough. So, 25 cars in this one, left in this one, I should say. It's only a handful of takers taking it down pit road that time. I'm assuming most of those guys were involved in that little melee there.
Tires.
Tom Connolly out on track, or back out on track. Justin Carey taking it pit side. Austin Jare, Ryan Worley, Ethan Smith, Lane Blue, Ken McCauley Jr., Matt Oliveira, Bill Brooks, Don English, and Mike Taylor all taking it pit side. Looks like Taylor is towing, so he may have caught more of that little fracas than anybody wants to admit.
Yeah.
So the guys were playing nice. It's just everybody was, you know, kind of. That's what happens when you get into pack racing, ladies and gentlemen. You know, something like that's bound to happen. It just, you can't really see what's going on in front of the car in front of you. So, you know, if you're in traffic like that, it's real difficult to not have stuff like that happen in the middle of a turn. So, Tyler, how many fast repairs are they allowed to?
I believe one. I will double check real quick.
Yeah, click info for me, please.
Two actually. Two fast repairs. As Francois Pelletier dropped connection.
Oh, not good. I would like to remind everybody we will be taking next week off due to the holiday and the fact that there are a few drivers that normally run with the e-auto racing series that run real life Xfinity and a couple of Cup cars. So being as they are going to be at the World Center of Speed next week, we will be taking next week off and picking back up after the holiday. And in case we don't see you, happy 4th of July, everybody. Or if you're like Sam and from across the pond, happy Treason Day.
Well, so far we got 24 cars still running, and Dustin King now takes it behind the wall. Don't know what happened there.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Dustin saw what was going to be going on and just didn't want to get involved in it.
Guess not.
You know, and Dustin's no slouch in these cars either. But, you know, being involved in that early fracas, I'm thinking he just went, yeah, no. Not going to happen. As lights are out on the pace car, Hump, Rouse, Granger, Frazier, Bailey, Hannigan, Largen, French, and Black and Wheeler, your top 10 right now.
All right. Still coming on.
Would like to remind everybody this coming Wednesday we will be at Michigan with the Top Fuel Racing Series. And Tyler, I know you're looking forward to that one. The DW12 or Top Fuel Racing Series DW12 League. You're looking forward to that one, as I know you're going to be on track again with Sage Karam, as he just last night announced that he will be joining the league as a full-time driver or whenever real-life racing does not get in the way.
At least now I could say I have an advantage over him, but even that.
You have more seat time in a DW12 than he does in iRacing.
Yeah, and he'll probably still run me over.
No, I don't think he's going to run you over, but I think good luck keeping up with him. As the pace car makes the hard left turn, Brandon Hoff in control of the field. Green flag comes out. Hoff rolls into the trigger so he doesn't get too big of a lead. Looks like he's going to join back up with Riley Roush. Those two were working together pretty good before that first caution came out.
Most definitely. Still got a decent pack behind. Ooh, looking down there. Ray Black almost got turned, and Hayden thought wisely of it. And someone's spinning around. Oh my, we got a wreck behind. Don English, Kenneth Mulholland Jr., Justin Carey. No caution, or there is a caution.
There is a caution. Let's take a look and see what happened with English here.
Oh my. William Brooks almost drilled the 30.
Okay, and that's never a good thing, as Justin Carey decided
that was almost a big major ARCA moment.
Yeah.
And Thomas Conley's now pit side. I wonder if he knows.
The one you got to feel for right now is Ken McCauley Jr. I believe he pit started to try to stay out of the early melees, but unfortunately that didn't work out to his advantage as he got caught up in that one. Justin Carey just was trying to make it 3 wide this early in the event, and Daytona's not the place you want to try that.
No, definitely not.
Talladega, sometimes you can get away with it. It's a little bit wider of a track. Daytona, not so much.
Nah. Yeah, making that mistake, that was very costly. And the thing that made it even worse was that he was way further back. I mean, granted, he had a big run, but that was a little too aggressive. I mean, seeing that everyone else is holding back a little, these guys back here holding back, he should have just stayed in line and just let things happen. And we're waiting for cars to come down the pit road. Got some people faking, though.
Of course you do. Yes, we are 8 laps, now 9 laps into this event, but only 2 have been under green.
Yep. So far, only 2. As a few cars are coming in at pit road now. Kenneth McCullough and Justin Carey both coming in and get their damage repairs. Number 10 of Lane Blues coming in. Looks like he's just going to get try to be off sequence here. Don't know if that'll help, but you never know at the same time, especially with the way these cautions have been coming out recently.
Your guess is as good as mine on that one, as unfortunately, we are back under caution here. And we had talked about this in the pre-race, that this is one of the good things and the bad things at the same time about open hosted races. You do get your car counts up generally. However, the type of drivers you get and the experience that they have running around each other can be vastly different.
Yeah, most definitely. As Thomas Conley and Michael Taylor have now both taken it behind the wall as well. We are now down to 21 cars.
Well, I'm thinking that's probably going to drop considerably as we continue through this event. As more and more drivers just go, yeah, you know what? I have a better way to spend my Monday night. And that's not a slight against anybody in the e-auto racing series. It's just, this is one of those experiments as they were using this as kind of a recruitment race tonight. But, Definitely not what you're going to see when we go to league action in 2 weeks.
Most definitely.
You know, as we've dealt with many of the drivers. The e-auto racing series used to be broadcast here on Bofa Broadcasting when they were known as RTFT, and I can speak from experience that generally on the bigger tracks, these guys will put on one hell of a show. Daytona, great race, awesome finish. Talladega, great race, awesome finish. Phoenix, great race, awesome finish. Homestead, Miami was just, that race sticks out in my mind as being one of the best races in the history of that league. And, it's most of the same drivers as Lou Montgomery has dropped connection as well.
Ooh, that's not good.
No, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
But,
I've noticed Lou's having some connection issues. He's been blinking a lot. We'll see if it holds the whole race, but that'll be interesting. As Francois Pelletier, he made it back. However, we did lose Stephen Gale, which... Oh, actually, Stephen Gale is a spotter, I believe, for a team member.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, for Matthew Oliveira.
Who currently sits in 13th as a lot of drivers running the apron right now to try to save some fuel, keep it the short way around.
As we should go 1 to go this time by.
Well, let's find out if the lights go out on the pace car, and they do. So, Brandon Huff, Riley Roush, Kurt Granger, Butch Frazier, Dan Bailey, Randy Hannigan, Matt Largen, Ray Black Jr., Jake French, and Hayden Wheeler are going to be your top 10 when we go back to green.
It looks like Lou Montgomery's taking it pit side just to get to the back of the field because of this connection. Kenneth McCollum jumped into pit road again, as well as William Brooks and Don English. But it looks like Lou's fallen back as a precautionary just because with how his internet was blinking earlier. Which that's a smart move by Lou. I could see. That's what I was saying. Kind of be the same thing I would do. Hopefully the internet would stabilize again for him and he could be able to race 100% again. But we should see him back in the field again.
Yeah, I mean, I've raced with Lou before, and definitely and I know this is going to sound sexist, and I do apologize to any ladies out there that are listening, but Lou is the epitome of a gentleman racer. He doesn't want to be that guy, and we've all seen that guy where dude, you're blinking. No, not everybody else is. No, dude, that's you. And Lou's not that type of guy. So it's good to see him trying to get his connection fixed. Hopefully he can make it back in and get some laps in. Hopefully we'll see him in the future here as the field working its way out of turn number 4. Pace car getting ready to make that hard left turn onto pit road. Brandon Huff has control of the field. Green is back out. Huff wasting no time. And Riley Roush cutting off the nose of Kurt Granger to try to get back down behind Huff. And who is that coming out of the pits? That's Bill Brooks making it out of the pits. This is going to get interesting as we get to the back straightaway, folks.
Yep. I think he'll keep it down low. We'll see what happens the rest of the field here as they're coming along. He's holding it down on the apron.
Yeah, but he's about to run out of room. He's just going to get to that grass relatively quickly. And you see him doing a little bit of lawn care for us there as Roush takes over the point. A little bit of help from Butch Frazier on the high side.
Yeah. And Brooks did manage to get back on the track safely. It's a smart move waiting until the very last moment, but that's a smart racer. Oh boy. Riley got a little loose.
Thinking somebody just changed the flavor of their fire suit.
Yeah, and Riley is falling back just kind of precautionary, and he's checking himself after that.
And I just want to go out on a limb and say that the rest of the field is definitely in trouble now as the teammates Butch Frazier and Ray Black Jr. have just got hooked up nose to tail. They've been waiting to do this all night, and you know, we've seen it before in. Oh, there it goes.
That was the one. I think the one's having some issues again, as here the caution comes out now.
Well, there were 3 wide going into turn number 3. Looks like the one checked up to try to not be 3 wide as they got into the corner, and just the 51 just ran out of room and unfortunately snapped see you bye. That's all she wrote. Is we are back under caution.
Yeah, and then there's some other action. There was some other 42. I guess the 64 went to check up, and the 42. I'm watching the replay, see what happened here. 64, 42. Yeah, the 64 went to check up. 42 did not check up, and then the 10 came down to avoid it and hit the 64, and that was a secondary wreck involved as well. Ooh, as the 19 barely, Francois Pelletier barely makes it by. I mean, that was pretty close.
How is that when they caught the pace car?
No, it was during the crash, when the initial wreck.
Oh, okay. Well, let's take a look there.
Yeah, it was like the initial wreck happened, and then just behind there was a secondary. It started with the 64 and 42, and the 10 got involved at the same time as well. It was like a split second after the one wrecked into the wall.
Looks like Frenchie may have caught a bumper into the door, but if you want to just jump up real quick and let Frenchie know that that's another one there. Is some drivers taking it pit side just to try to get poor Mr. Feelgoods on the car. Huff, Hannigan, and it's like Jake French, Austin Jare, and Matt Largen all staying out.
Alright, I'll jump up there real quick. I'll see if Frenchie needs a new pair of shorts after that.
No, don't ask him if he needs a new pair of shorts. Just you know, ask him what the incident count is on cars, and just let him know that there is a car out there directly in front of him that has 3.
That has incident counts.
Caused cautions.
Okay.
So, yeah.
User left your channel.
So Brandon Huff bringing it pit side that time. Randy Hannigan staying out. Looks like Huff might be towing. So he might possibly be calling it a night there. Hannigan... Matt Oliveira taking it pit side as well, towing. So, running order is definitely forked tonight, folks. Not sure exactly what's going on. Is welcome to iRacing. Bill Brooks still in the pits. Dave Oliveira is taking it behind the wall. The lights are getting ready to go out on the pace car. We're going to be one to go this time at the stripe. 20 cars still running. Francois Pelletier, the only car a couple laps down due to the connection issue. And this is the fun of plate tracks. 2.5 minutes of pacing. And you wonder why...
User joined your channel.
you wonder why announcers get surly. So, Tyler, what'd you find out?
Yep, they're keeping an eye. Frenchie's keeping an eye. He's just wanting to see how some of these guys are doing. He's interested in a few guys of how these guys have been racing. He's keeping an eye on other cars, depending on what kind of incidents they're causing and everything. So there's a few guys that are keeping an eye on things. So we got a few stewards now.
Fair enough. So lights are out on the pace car. Hannigan, Jer, Largen, French, Wheeler, Carey, Granger, Bailey, Black Jr., and Frazier rounding out your top 10 is Black winning the battle off pit road there. No, I'm sorry. Hayden Wheeler only taking 2, winning the battle off pit road. So...
it looks like William Brooks is trying 1 lap down, but he's trying to catch up to the back end of the field. So he'll be the next car. He'll be the next car to get a lap back if another caution comes out. Hopefully we don't see more cautions, but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
What is going on here?
No clue. As pace car dive down, and away they go. Oh boy!
Well, that almost ended poorly.
Oh boy, there we go. 42 and the
92.
That didn't take long. Everyone else avoided them, thankfully.
Well, let's back that up just a little bit and keep an eye on the 92 of Hayden Wheeler here. As we're going to go and take a look and see what the chopper picked up on that one. So, green flag comes out there. There's nobody next to him. The 42 was trying to jump the start. Failed miserably. And then he just... yeah.
Yeah.
So...
X stage left.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
Was a 42. Or no, wait. Randy. 14 was removed.
I'm guessing he was removed because of what he just did on the start. He did not maintain pace speed.
Okay.
And that kind of caused the stack up. So...
okay. Interesting there. And there goes the 42.
all right. Fair enough.
And I think that was the 4th wreck that the 42 has been involved in now.
That was his 4th.
Oof,
Although I kind of got to say that one was not his fault.
No.
Now, granted, the other 3, yeah, he had a big part of it.
Yeah.
But that one, I kind of got to put that whole wreck on Hayden Wheeler. Although, in his defense, the 42 was hanging back quite a ways. So when the green flag came out, there was nobody to his inside. Yeah. So Hayden tried to move down as the 42 tried to jump the start. So, good on the admins for being on top of that one. As Looks like Bill Brooks is getting his lap back right now as he's been waved around the, or is about to be waved around the pace car. Here he comes.
As the 92 has taken it behind the wall after that incident as well.
Fair enough.
Those fast repairs are disappearing very quickly on a few drivers.
And for that matter, so is the number of drivers left in the field, as we are left with 17 cars still running.
Yep, and Francois Pelletier, he's 3 laps behind, but he's slowly but surely getting his laps back. So it will be interesting to see if he can make a comeback and try to get back 3 laps behind.
Yep, and there goes Bill Brooks finally getting his wave around as a lucky dog. So good on Bill for getting back on the lead lap, hanging in there, toughing it out. So
quick update on the pits. Austin Jar, the 47, Matthew Largan of 51, and Jake French at the 18 staying out as Austin Jar's got 18 laps on his tires, while Matthew Largan and Jake French both have 21 laps on their tires.
fair enough. But again, you are watching a presentation of the E-Auto Racing Series. They do this every Monday night at 8 p.m. Again, this is a recruitment race, the Daytona 60-lap dash. We're in 40 to go right now. If you want more information on how you can get involved in future action, now mind you, again, this is just an open-hosted recruitment race. This is not an indication of, how these guys normally run. Frenchie and Ray Black normally run a pretty tight ship around here. So, you can find them on their Facebook page, E-Auto Racing Series. And bear with me, folks, as this is about to become painful for me, as
Me flaring up again.
I gotta move. And I don't have much flexibility in my knee, so when I do move, I'm in a little bit of pain.
Yeah.
It's a good one when you see stars and you don't even have your eyes closed.
Yeah, that's always good.
You know who's really impressing me tonight, and I say this not jokingly, but I'm dead serious, is the 18 of Jake French.
Yes.
I
think he's had more. I think he's done more racing on other platforms, I'm guessing, because not once have I seen him. He has not once gotten in a Valdirect. He's actually been racing pretty cleanly too.
Right, and it's not an indication of the fact that he hasn't run any official iRacing races yet. You're talking a guy that has a rookie rating of bone stock, as in no official races on the oval side. There's a good possibility that he's got a different rating for his on the dirt side and whatnot. But while I'm thinking of it, let me go take a look at that and see what.
I'm curious as well, because I have to agree with you. I'm impressed with his 18. And at the same time, too, I almost wonder if he has a secondary account. But either way, I'm still impressed with how he's running. He's running very
it's not quite copacetic with iRacing
okay.
TOS, but
well, true. Yeah, that's right. Because every time I see the 2, I always, I don't know why I said that now. I do apologize, but every time I see the 2, I always think of like secondary stuff. I don't know what I'm thinking. But yeah, I'm impressed though. He's been running really well. Have you seen anything extra on there at all? Or no?
I'm still not on that page because my computer is running dog slow right now.
I'll see if I can look it up. I'll try to see if I can look it up quick.
Who are we talking about? Justin French?
Jake French.
Jake French.
as they are lining up 2 by 2 now, as be one to go this time by.
Career starts 0 in anything.
Alrighty then.
And he has only been an iRacing member since January.
Huh.
So, you know, that's really how it should be done. Is you know, you're talking about a guy that apparently has taken the time to, you know, learn car control and everything like that before jumping into an official session. So, good on you, Mr. French. As Austin Jarr, Matt Largent, Kurt Granger, Jake French, Ray Black Jr., Dan Bailey, Ryan Worley, Butch Frazier, Brandon Hoff, and Ethan Smith rounding out your top 10. Field working his way through the 3-4 complex as we are going to be taking the green with 39 to go. Well, let's see if we can actually get a green flag lap in here. And if you're playing the at-home drinking game, we are on shot number 4.
Well, this will be a fun race.
Sure.
And pace car jumps off, and green flag is out. Away they go. Oh, Jake's blinking there a little bit. That's a little scary.
So,
good start, though.
Largent and Jer hauling it off into turn number 1 side by side. Jer got the inside line, going to have that little bit of an advantage. French right there for drafting help, though. They haul down the back straightaway, 2 wide. Largent with a nose out front, and here comes Jar again on the inside.
Good battling between everyone. Jake's trying to woo there. Looks like he got a little loose there.
Well, he may have had a little bit of help. As Largent, with the advantage now, gets down to that low line. That's where he was looking to be. Jar pushing the daylights out of him. Almost 3 wide into turn number 3.
And 3 wide now.
That's not a good thing.
Nope.
The one gets pinched up into the wall, holds it up there, keeps us under green.
And that's going to split some people up a bit.
Little bit.
64 starting to blink a little. Ooh, there we go. Look out.
Yeah, it's going to hand the lead over to the 2 of Kurt Granger. Hey, how about that? We got two consecutive laps under green in.
Yeah. Jake French, the 18, is a little bit by himself, but impressed with the new guy. He's no official races, and he's flying up the pack. He's going to try to make his way up the back of the front if he can. 3 wide.
Oh, this can only end poorly.
They're holding it together.
They're making it stick, though.
Yeah. This is going to be some good. Now we're going to get some good racing in.
I'm thinking at least one driver just changed the color or the flavor of his fire suit. Oh, hang on to her, kid. Hang on to her, kid.
What a save. Oh my. Oh,
no.
Oh, God.
Poor Frenchie.
That and the 47 is doing disco donuts on the tarmac. More
Looks like he got turned by the 51 and then just pounded. Oh,
God.
That's a basilar skull fracture waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Now, I know we've seen this in the Indy cars, but I don't think I've ever actually seen a Cup car breakdance before.
That's why I'm like,
wow.
Like, well, that's the first time. He went pretty far too.
Yeah. So if you are playing the at-home drinking game, yeah, your liver's gonna hate you in the morning.
But Jake got lucky with that. You know, he could have easily got turned. He had some net code from the spin, but man, Jake could have been in that wreck too. It looked like from the replays.
The guy you got to feel for right now is the driver of the Gold Cube number 19. Francois Pelletier.
Yeah.
He's hit everything except the pace car and the flag stand tonight. It's not been his fault at any time.
Most definitely.
So. Oy. All right. Well, let's catch up with our leaders here. Kurt Granger driving the Can-Am number 2. Looks like he's getting ready to take a pit side, possibly.
Yep. It might be a fake, but you'll never know.
No, when you're that low, you're not faking.
Yep. As
he's definitely bringing it pit side, as is French is bringing it pit side.
Everyone so far, Ethan Smith and Don English right now, the two staying out. Whoa. I heard a smash. I don't know what happened. Oop, that's Kenneth McCollum runs past his pit box as well as the 18 of Jake French. He's still trying to get in this pit box. Oh no!
He's too close to the wall, and that's we were talking good about him, and unfortunately, that's something that comes with experience of being actually in races. Is where you need to be in your pit box. Too far right, too far left, and they won't hit the car.
And that is a true rookie mistake there. Oh, man.
That's a heartbreaker. As Matt Oliveira towing it into pits. Not sure what's going on with the 52 there.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's one way to put it.
I'm going to rewind it back real quick, see what happened. No, he came in and pitted, and I guess he had some kind of issue or something, and
no, he's being shown as the leader, which means he towed.
Oh, well, I'm looking off the replay, and he came into the pits with everyone else.
That might have been the smack you heard. So
I'm gonna look back and see what the heck happened.
Ethan Smith staying out as Don English stayed out as well. English peeling off right there, taking it pit side. So finally bringing it out of pit road this time. 16 cars left still running.
I want to say I believe he was just pit farming, as he is back out on track, and I don't think he lost a lap either.
Maybe. So Ethan Smith's mom said he told him he could become anything he wanted to in life, so he became a pace car. And I've done that before, and in cars that are actually smaller
and
have had people come around with the lucky dog not knowing that they were coming at speed.
Wiped out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always fun when that happens.
Oh, yeah. The most commonly heard phrase when something like that happens is, if you're familiar with your lettering in military, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright, we should be getting the one to go this time by us. We're halfway, as we'll be crossing the line with halfway through the race.
Well, you are right. Halfway. Half down, half to go, and hopefully we can get a good long green flag run in here. See how these kids play nice under green flag stops. Let's go out on the pace car. Smith electing to take the inside line. He's joined up on the front row with Brandon Hoff, Kurt Granger, Will Brooks, Matt Largent, Ryan Worley, Ray Black Jr., Jake French, Dan Bailey, and Butch Frazier rounding out your top 10. As we are halfway. Cross flags are out. And again, don't forget to join us Wednesday night as we will be with the Top Fuel Racing Series at Michigan for the Angus Young Memorial in the DW12s.
Can't wait for that. That'll be wild, especially with the aero package the DW12 has. A lot tighter in the long run, so I can't wait for that race.
Well, the amount of downforce that car has is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
I'm just hoping I can make it through the entire race.
And you just jinxed yourself.
As I always do. That's why I in a sense wrecked myself on the last lap for Sonoma.
Yeah. And you were doing so well too. Anyways, pace car getting ready to make that hard left turn. Field in Ethan Smith's hands right now. Green flag comes out. We are back underway with 29 laps to go as they get to the stripe. Hoff and Smith side by side as they work their way into turn number 1. 16 cars still left running. Francois Pelletier, the only car 1 lap down.
It looks like the 30's falling back a little bit. Looks like he's been struggling. It's good tight bunch right here.
Real nice tight pack as they work their way into turn number 3. A little bit of aero push, a little bit of not seeing exactly where the corner is. And that's the biggest problem when you're running this tight with each other is you can't really see what's in front of the car in front of you, so when they get to the corner, you're kind of guessing. So.
Oh. Looks like they're still 2x2. First two rows. Still want to make it 3 rows now. So the one's trying to get back up there. As the 18's now going to try to catch back up to this pack. Still a nice little battle up for the lead between Brandon Hoff and Ethan Smith.
Well, looks interesting to see how this one's going to play out. As you know, these guys are running pretty tight, but they're keeping it real clean, which is actually nice to see. A little bit of a shove from the 2 of Kurt Granger right now. That's going to give that advantage to Smith at the line.
There's a few cars that are starting to look at going the outside. 51 of Matthew Largent, 18 of Jake French, and Riley Roush looking up on trying to make a run on the outside lane.
Well, they've got enough laps on these tires now, especially Ethan Smith, who's 20 laps into his stint. How much more fuel he's got in that car, I have no idea. Because we have run a ton of caution laps. But, you know, when you've worn as much goodie off the tires as these guys have definitely done by now, that second lane's going to start to look better and better as you kind of let the car run. It's going to be a little bit freer. You don't have to pinch it down quite as much. So, but Smith, to his credit, holding his own right now. 21 laps into his stint. There is a 15-lap difference between he and Brandon Hoff as far as stints on tires right now.
That's true. We had someone just blinked out there for a second, I saw.
That's the one again.
So we got a few cars all being a freight train further back. They're just going to be patient, wait to see what happens. It looks like we're going to go
3 wide.
And is it going to stick?
Nope.
Well, looks like the 54 William Brooks is going to be in the middle, but look at this. They're holding it together. And Brooks is hanging on there. He's giving them a fight in the middle.
And for those of you who don't know what Bill Brooks is experiencing right now, the most scary words in iRacing are when your spotter says, 3 wide, you're the meat.
And
there it goes.
And that was the 06 getting scraped up. That was Riley Roush. That was just Jake lost grip, slid up the track, and just tagged the
arrow push.
Someone just blew up.
That would be the 2 of Kurt Granger. Was in the draft just a tick too long, overheated the engine, and pop goes the weasel.
Boom. We'll see if he can make it back in time.
I don't think he's going to be able to coast it the whole way.
Oh boy. Well, he's got some decent speed. He's still a little over 100 miles an hour. He might.
He still has 2 miles to coast it.
True.
It's virtually impossible.
As Ethan Smith dives down pit lane.
Kind of has to. He's probably out of fuel. Now, whether or not he's going to get a penalty for hitting the commitment cone or not, that's going to be a different story. Let's watch his pit stop here.
Ooh, as he
slides through his stall, just a little bit off kilter. Let's see if they're going to actually pit the car. Yep, they do.
And
we're going to go back to the live action on track as Brandon Hoff has the point. He's getting pushed by Ray Black Jr. Here comes the 54 of Bill Brooks.
Ooh, that was close. I was worried Ray was going to turn a little too far.
And Ethan Smith did get popped for commitment cone violation.
Oh, man. That's unfortunate there. As he's just now leaving his pit stall now. Curtis Granger also in the pits as well.
Looks like he may have only taken 2 in fuel.
Interesting strategy.
Well, if you top it off with fuel, you can make it from here. As we are 22 laps to go. As Huff and Bill Brooks slugging it out. Ray Black Jr. gives Huff a good push down the back straightaway. Here comes Brooks again. And oh, there it goes.
Oh, there's everyone on the lead lap. Oh, my.
That just took out the entire field.
I think Francois Pelletier, Ethan Smith, and Curtis Granger are loving this right now. Granted, they are all lapped down, but...
Let's watch that again. Oh, man. Yeah, that entire lead pack just got devastated.
Wow. We still got what?
Let's see what the chopper picked up.
A little too much contact there in the rear by Ray Black and just...
Yeah,
goodbye.
Just blackjack, everybody loses.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Woo. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Wow.
The one practically took the grass just to not get taken out even more. Holy moly.
So the 1 is going to have to take a pit side and burn a fast repair. The 51 is going to have to take a pit side and burn a fast repair. The 18, say it with me, is going to have to take a pit side and burn a fast repair.
The 55 staying out. Oh, actually, I forgot there is a few that was further back. So 55 is going to take an advantage, and he's going to be...
You mean the 555?
Yeah, 555.
And that's also going to put Francois Pelletier back on the lead lap.
That'll be very helpful, too, for him.
Now, for what it's worth, we did have a pretty decent run there, folks.
most definitely. As what in the world?
Matt Oliveira just towed.
No, he's coming. Something's going on with ATVO. I want to say because I'm watching the replay. He pulls in, and pulls right into his pit stall, and he does use a fast repair too, I believe.
21 seconds in his stall? I don't think so.
Oh, on my replay it shows he used the fast repair, and he's already out on track.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, the 64 had to burn a fast repair. 51 had to do the same thing. Everybody involved in that had to burn a fast repair, so you know that's kind of a rough one there.
Yeah. Ooh, boy. At least now I can say I have seen an entire lead pack devastated in one turn.
You're not wrong.
I mean, the only one that made it through was Butch Frazier, and he was further back. But
yeah, he was over 2 seconds back when that all happened. So, you know, when you boil it right down, you know, Butch was definitely in the right place at the right time when that all took place. Ow.
That was close. As Tony's knee just flared up on him again.
No, I just moved.
Oh. So with
you never realize how much you need your knees, ladies and gentlemen, until you can't use one.
Well, with Butch now taking it pit side and a few others coming in for extra repairs, as well as Kenneth McAuliffe Jr., Francois Pelletier, and Don English. But I'll put the lead back up to the 51 of Matthew Largen. So this is going to get interesting to see how this plays out the last few laps.
19 to go. And if you're playing the at-home drinking game, this is shot number 6.
Me, I'd be 6 shot for me, and I'd already be on the ground.
1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor.
More for me would be like 2 tequilas, well, 1 and then 2, and then I'm already down for the count.
Yeah, lightweight. Anyways,
sadly.
So if what you're saying is when we go to Rochester, you're not going on the Genesee Brewery tour with us.
Aw, man. I don't mind beer. I've had a few, but I mean, I'm not like heavy. That's my only downside.
Anyways. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are quite a few breweries in the great state of New York, upstate New York, known for Saranac, Utica Club, Genesee. If you've never had a Jenny Screamer, you owe it to yourself to try it at least once in your life, just to say, yep, I have. And for those of us that grew up on them, we call them Jenny Screamers because that's the sound you make the following morning. as you're sitting on the throne. Yeah. Montezuma has nothing on Jenny Screamers.
Nope.
Anyways, lights are out on the pace car. Largen, Hoff, Brooks, Roush, French, Worley, Blue, Bailey, Oliveira, and Black, your top 10.
Awesome thing about it is all 16 cars left in the race are on the lead lap.
True story.
As Ethan Smith and Curtis Granger are hauling butt right now trying to catch up.
Well, they just got the wave around, so... And the thing is, if you get the wave around and you take the wave around to get back on the lead lap, if you time it right, you can cold trickle the field.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing video of that. That was too funny.
Yeah. You gotta be at max speed when that green flag comes out. Green flag comes back out. Largan pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. 17 to go.
Oh, is Justin Smith's getting some pushing. Oh, look out. Brooks. William Brooks almost tagged.
Hang on to her, kid.
So, everyone's spread out a little bit, but won't be too long before everyone's together again.
It's the battle of the caffeine cars for second right now.
And Francois Pelletier taking the high line out of the way there for a second.
Mean ya.
As Largen's taking defensive lines. Ooh, boy. Like, six is going to have a run on the outside now. It's the one.
They're 3 wide for a second there.
Oh, boy.
Still 3 wide.
The one is blinking a little bit. 4 wide, 4 wide. Oh,
What could possibly go wrong here?
no way is this working. Oh, the 2.
The 2 was inside the 18 for a moment there.
Oh,
Thank you, netcode.
Yeah.
Yep, there it goes.
There you go. And that's apron though. We'll see how long it's. Oh, 64 saving it. Still green. Or that was the 10. Oh, the 10 is absolutely destroyed.
Well, let's go back and take a look at what happened to Lane Blue. As he got turned backwards through the bus stop and bonk.
Yep. Still green flag. Lane's definitely going to have the worst end of that.
15 to go. Brandon Hoff back to the point.
And now... everyone is all single file now. Well, until now, as everyone spreads out as I say that.
So get your hate mail coming, folks. It's Tyler Victory, P.O. Box 8675309, Tampa, Florida.
Oh, as they're wiggling around now. Oh, this is gonna get wild. I don't think we haven't seen the end of 3 wides yet. I'm expecting it again.
Well, 14 to go, and anybody that hit under that last caution can make it from here.
Yes.
So we've basically seen the money stop. As you know, these guys are showing a lot of respect, a lot of restraint, but I know we haven't seen the last of the carnage yet.
No, I don't think so either. But if a caution does come out with less than 5 to go, that will be the end.
Yeah.
So we're currently now 13 to go.
We are 13 to go.
Yeah, all of these front challengers are all 2 by 2.
Well, place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. What lap's going to happen on?
I'm hoping it happens before the 5 to go, but the way they're running, especially how long they lasted with that 4 wide, I thought that was going to be the end of days again. Ooh, as Justin goes a little higher up wide than he needed to.
You mean Jake?
Yeah, Jake, sorry. My apologies. And
We need to get him a State Farm paint scheme.
right?
Oh, this could only end poorly.
Uh-oh. Oh, look out.
Hang on to her, boys.
There we go. Whew. Lane holding up on the outside. That's still a little scary. And 3 wide, Jake being stuck on the outside. And...
I'm thinking he was not comfortable where he was, dropping back a little bit because he knew he was having connection issues. So just getting the hell out of the way. So heads up driving, and there it goes.
The 54
54 just hand grenaded his engine and got run over from behind. We stayed green as he spins through the infield.
Wow. Oh, we got wrecked behind. Lane sliding around. Still green though. Ooh.
And Bill Brooks involved in that one.
And Lane just literally hit the wall like Kyle Busch back for the almost the same exact spot too. As we're 3 wide, 4 wide for Lee. Oh my! Oh! Here we go! Here we go! Yep. Yep. That happened.
And I just missed all of it.
I'm sorry. It just happened. Someone just arca braked the 51. Oh my.
That would be Butch Frazier.
Oh my. Yeah, the 51 was just
There's your 4 wide, and oh man.
Yeah, 51 just held the
How
brake.
did that not bring out a caution?
No, it did. It
Okay.
did bring out a caution. No, the 2.
Well, let's go back and take a look at that one. This is your 3 and 4 wide that we were talking about.
Yeah, and then the 2 car arca brake practically just arca.
Jeez.
Good God. Well.
Let's see what the chopper picked up there.
Yeah, watch the.
The 88 kind of got a little out of shape. Butch Frazier having nowhere to go and just unfortunately turned him, and everybody pays.
Yep. Yeah, the 6 was the only one that had the advantage there, but boy. Yeah, watch the 51 after the 51 fully stops. He just absolutely gets nailed again by the 2. I mean, whew. As the 99 taking it behind the wall after that wreck.
The entire field is in the pits.
Oh, jeez.
Francois Pelletier going to win the battle off pit road. Pit farming just a little bit. 20 seconds in his stall. I'm thinking everybody has burned their fast repair at this point.
Yeah.
So Pelletier from the, what's the phrase? From the outhouse to the penthouse?
Yeah. As looks like Stephen Gale is taking it behind the wall, or the driver, the spotter. Dan Bailey has taken it behind the wall. Don English in the 30 has taken it behind the wall, and Kevin McAuliffe Jr. has taken it behind the wall.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on right now, as there are cars parked at the end of pit road.
Okay.
So what we're going to do...
Where is the pace car at? Pace car is... I'm looking to see where the pace car is at. Pace car is actually coming out of 4 now.
And your leader is just coming out of 2 now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I think they need to start catching up to the pace car, because everyone pitted, and I think no
You
one
want to go
realized
ask what the heck's going on? Because I'm
Yeah.
as lost as I could be right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find out.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Jonathan Medeiros joining us now. John, how are you doing tonight?
I'm all right. You?
If I was any happier, I'd need to be twins.
I just wanted to inform you that the race was over at lap 50.
Oh.
6 car won the race.
Okay. Well
yeah,
then.
Ray said it was 50 laps.
Okay. Nobody informed me what we were doing, and I was wondering what the heck was going on. So that was post-race shenanigans then.
Yeah.
Okay.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, it was actually that
Well
was
then.
it. It was
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
So
User left your channel.
if John, if I could have you jump up and talk to Frenchie, because I need to bring him down here, because I don't know what the running order was at that 50 lap mark.
Yeah, 10-4. I'll go over there and get him.
Thank you.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
All right. So top 3 is Brandon Hoff, and then Kenneth, I guess, was second. I'm going to double check again. Sorry.
User left your channel.
All right, so congratulations to the driver
User
of
joined your
the
channel.
number 6, Mr. Brandon Hoff.
User joined your channel.
Basically, the class of the field tonight, the guy led just a ton of laps.
Yes.
Let me see if I can get.
As Francois Pelletier is Frenchie, our good old Frenchie. He's here to help us explain a little more what happened, because we got ourselves confused there.
That's okay. What we've done is something that we wanted to implicate since a couple seasons ago is we were running 50 laps. The problem with iRacing, not that there's a huge problem, but we wanted overtime in case we needed it. So we always add 60 laps, or an extra 10 laps, and we run it out. And this way, there's always a victor. Nobody's ending on a caution. This one, it ended up being so. Once you cross the 50 lap, that lap itself, that becomes the white flag, and we race around, and whatever finishes. If we had it before then, a caution, we would do a green, white checkered right there.
Okay. So what we just witnessed was post-race shenaniganry.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was a little confused there. It's like, wait, what the hell? Everybody just died again. So yeah, we were a little confused there, Frenchie. Nobody gave me the heads up on that one, but I will know better for 2 weeks from now.
That's okay.
We're going to be back here in 2 weeks, correct, for the season opener?
I believe so. I'm going to, one of the things and why we do this is because we'll have a few more Xfinity drivers, and I don't think we'll be here. It's whatever the next race's schedule is after Daytona. I believe it's Kentucky.
I believe
we always
you're right.
try to run it. We're doing it because we're trying to get more of the Xfinity drivers that are regulars on board, which we will have. We just ran into some, tight schedules tonight, and we wanted to make sure everybody was put together here. So, again, I felt it was pretty good. We put a $25 bounty on there, and Mr. Brandon Huff won it. So congratulations to him, and we'll do it again in 2 weeks and have a good time. But now we'll broadcast a little bit more, do a little bit more advertising about it. And this last core, I know we had a lot of cautions at the beginning, but this group here towards the end really had some good races, so we were very excited about it.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Frenchie, and being as you are, and I know you hate this phrase, but considering you are the go-to guy for this league, the driver on the track that impressed the hell out of me tonight is by hands down Jake French. You're talking a raw rookie, 0 starts in any official iRacing races. And that young man definitely stayed out of trouble most of the night. Only got caught up in one dumpster fire that was caused by someone else, and raced very respectfully all night.
Yeah, we were actually commenting on him. He was doing a great job. He has a really fast car, so it was good to go with him. But you could tell. He's got a couple, not enough races under his belt because he kind of, I don't know if you watched some of the areas where he kind of drifted up too much going into turns, and we all noticed it. So towards the end there, Ray was like, okay, I'm going to let him know that we're going to do this together because Ray was struggling to get around him because he couldn't pick a lane. So he told him, all right, let's go high. I'm going to go this. We're going to do this together. And you watched that move, and I believe you guys commented on it saying, hey, maybe he wasn't comfortable there and he backed up. That was actually Ray saying, hey, I'm going with you. He baited him and then shot around him, and we all made it nice and clear.
Okay. So you guys threw him a dummy with 2 to go.
We had to throw him a dummy. We are ruthless. This is cutthroat, and I don't like to lose to Ray. So as you know, as you can see tonight, I did not. So I'm very happy about that. And that's my only goal is to beat Ray Black. Junior. So,
well, it's kind of something that you can hang your hat on, considering that you are, I believe, his front tire changer.
Well, now that the rules change, I just carry his tires, so I start in the rear now and work my
Okay.
way to the front every race. So yeah, but it was fun. And like I said, once we cleared out a lot of the guys that were really, really new, and like you said, Jake French was one of them. He did a good job, and you know, again, rookie had to learn the hard way, but it was a great finish. We enjoyed it.
It was a very entertaining race. You know, the couple of green flag runs that we did get it was quality racing. You know, well, again, it was something we talked about in the pre-races. You know, that's something that you're going to run into an issue whenever you have something in open hosted at a track that, you know, a lot of people enjoy plate racing. I'm not one of them, but there are people out there that, well, if it's not Daytona, I don't want to run it. Well, okay, that's you know, your prerogative. And you have a car that, you know, the Xfinity car is a fun car to drive. I've driven it on a lot of road courses, and I love it on road courses. But that's just me. But you know, when you take something that normally is in a league and put it into an open hosted session, you know, you're gonna get some issues that we had tonight. I noticed a few of the league regulars, you know, dropped out kind of early. Like Trent Goodrow, you know, just didn't even start. Jonathan Medeiros again didn't even start. Dustin Ping dropped out early. You know, those are, you know, three names that really, you know, stuck out in my mind that just went, yeah, you know what, no.
Yeah, and you're going to get that, you know, especially when you do a hosted session and it's a wide open for anybody to come on board. It's like me, you know, my Toyota Gold Cube car, it handled well. I had some issues at the beginning of the race. I decided my game strategy was to stay back as much as I could and wait to the last 4 to 5 laps. And, you know, I almost lost the draft there. I mean, if it wasn't for Butch Frazier helping me out, I would have never made it back there. So, you know, like you said, you know, you leave it open, and these guys, anything could happen. And to be honest, I felt it went better than I expected. So we've got a good group of guys here at the end, and we're going to have them come on board again.
Yeah, it did. I mean, and there were you know, a lot of good you know, good drivers that were making quality moves and you know, holding their line, holding the draft, and this was a great recruitment race for the e-auto racing series.
Yes, sir, it was, and we're looking forward to doing some more. And like I said, in 2 weeks we'll be back again, and I believe it's at Kentucky, and we'll be rock and rolling.
Now, you guys are following the Xfinity schedule as close as possible, or
as close as possible,
or the Cup schedule?
Xfinity series as close as possible.
Okay, fair enough. So that means Mid-Ohio is still yet to come.
That's right.
That's one I'm definitely looking forward to, because I love these cars on road courses, and Mid-Ohio is so much fun in the Xfinity car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never tried it and you have the iRacing sim, you owe it to yourself as a driver to try it at least once. It's a challenge, but it's so much fun when you get the track figured out in this car. You owe it to yourself to try it, and you can reach out to Frenchie if you want to get involved in future action here in the e-auto racing series. You can find them on their Facebook page, e-auto racing series, and or you can reach out to Francois Pelletier, and we can try to get you added into some future action, hopefully.
That's right. We'll be Ray Black will be racing Daytona, Kentucky, Iowa, Bristol, Road America, and Vegas this year. We're only doing 6 more for the rest of the year, and then we're preparing for 2019.
I mean, you're talking real-life races.
Real-life races.
All right. So,
all right, guys.
You heard it here. That's going to about do it for us. Congratulations to Brandon Hoff for coming home with a victory tonight, collecting that $25 bounty. And we will see you in 2 weeks from Kansas Motor Speedway.
User left your channel.